I want to hear more.
I got to be honest with you. Just first impressions.
Yeah.
Guitar Friends, episode 63. Let me just get that out there.
Yeah.
First impressions.
Yeah.
When that reverse came in, I kind of thought, sounds as good as any $5,000 board I've ever heard.
Wow. Literally next to it. That's funny.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean,
That's a good sound.
Really, it was a good sound. And I noticed it's called Worship Dark.
Yeah.
Did you have a Worship Bright?
Well,
What are you doing there?
Yeah.
Or Metal Dark?
This one's a little brighter.
Okay.
I darkened it up because I was playing a different guitar last night.
Sure.
That had single coils, and it was like egregious.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's basically all the same stuff. But this is like the super, my cleanest tone is like this.
Talk me through what you're running there. I see 3 delays, 2 verbs. I see a snowflake.
Yes.
I think it's the snowflake you like.
What is that? Is that the mod? That's
No, Snowflake is freeze.
Oh, okay.
Like your own pad.
And you can control like how long it takes to fade out.
Yeah, the ramp down.
When did you become like an ambient guy? I'm so shocked right now.
How long have you been playing back in church?
Like 2 months.
2 months ago?
2 months ago.
This is crazy.
I've always been an ambient guy.
Even when we played together at Fellowship.
Cue Metal Junkie demo here.
Guitar Friends is on. Maybe you're in your car or mowing your lawn. Just turn it up. The Guitar Friends are on. The greatest podcast about guitar is on. As long as you don't count all the ones that have big guests and are very intentional about actually having guitar-related conversations. Ooh, Guitar Friends is on. This is Guitar Friends. With HW, Susan, John too. It's mostly about guitar, but also some other stuff will be discussed too. But it's most about guitar, unless we get distracted and talk about food or Teslas, or how annoying it is that Californians keep moving everywhere and bring their terrible ideas and ruin their state to Nashville. But no swing guitar.
Wait, what was that thing you used to do? Like,
Yeah.
I just remember it being more like of a rock kind of drier thing.
I know.
But you're getting into this.
So our friend Nick from Worship Artistry.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I basically followed his thing.
His tutorial.
He's
build
like,
it.
let's build a patch. And he happened to also be using a quad cortex. And so I was like, all right, let's do it.
So like step by step, you just like do what he did.
Started from scratch.
That's cool.
So this is his...
Well, then I've made it.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Tell me what you're using here. You got the freeze patch. I noticed the 3 delays. I'm curious about the 3 delays. I can hear there's dual amps going on.
Yeah. So there's a hold on. It's a AC30 top boost and a US Deluxe 65 reissue. Those are the 2 things.
Classic choices.
Yeah,
Classic choices.
I was going to say very original.
They're not quite hard panned left and right.
Yes.
Okay.
So they're like mostly 90% left and right.
Yeah.
The cabs are
Oh.
like a 212 like British cab.
These are stock cabinets.
And then a Zilla 212 Zilla Fat Boy.
Okay.
So those are the cabs I'm using.
What kind of tone junkie are you? No IRs.
I know.
This is crazy.
Well, and it was just like, I haven't gotten to the point. I do actually want to try and build out a bunch of tone junkie stuff.
But it already sounds killer. So, yeah.
But it takes a lot of time to like sit here and tweak these things forever.
Yeah.
Oh, we know.
Yeah. So yeah, there's basically there's a, what is it? there's a dual delay
Okay, so a dual delay, and that's going right into a
to a tape delay.
tape.
Can we nerd out about these? Can we hear them? I just want to hear like by themselves. I'd love to
Yeah,
I'd
we
love
will.
to hear
yeah.
it.
As they're
and then
stacked,
and
yeah.
then into a dual reverse delay.
Oh, I didn't even know they
And
had
then
that.
into
And then into a modulated reverb.
yes, into
A shimmer, but the shimmer reverb is like really low,
and then what does that go into?
A big sky.
That's the
And then a
your-
timeline.
No, it's into your ears.
Yeah.
yeah. Then it goes straight into your ears,
Straight into your ear, straight into your soul. Can we hear some of these delays on their own? I'm just curious how you built this.
This is just the amp. It's really low.
Oh.
We were playing
Yeah.
something really.
Yeah.
So there are quarter note, I believe. It's quarter note and then dotted quarter.
Okay. And then the second one?
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
the tape delay is just a.
Got it. It's just a quarter, huh?
Yeah, just a quarter.
Like it?
And then the reverse.
That's going
Like
back
a triplet?
and forth.
Is it a
It's dotted. It's quarter and dotted quarter. Yeah.
I like it. And then all together.
Yeah. And then all together, it's. And then this patch is just all of that cranked up. I typically try to do a dark setting,
So do you use scenes?
you know, if you darken it all up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm doing.
You darken the
scenes.
guitar there.
Yeah, I just rolled the
Got
tone
it,
off.
got it.
Yeah, and then these just have overdrives on them.
Yeah.
So no scenes, just like turning on and off pedals.
No, this is all scenes. Yeah,
All
so
scenes,
like
so he's got
this
them all pre-done.
is with the chorus,
Okay, cool.
and then a chorus with overdrive, and then a tremolo. Then the big monster, and then dirty. And then more. And then a ton. For the really heavy, for that drive, I turn the reverbs off because it's too much.
Yeah, you don't want to overwhelm
So
people.
I got a compliment from
cool.
the sound guy last night even. He's
Yeah.
like, man, this tone sounds so
great,
good.
huh?
And I was like, it's funny how egregiously loud all of your effects have to be to translate
Yeah, to get
out
out there.
into the
Feel like
house.
they,
Because it sounds out of control.
It doesn't out of
just
control.
sitting here with no bands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I've noticed? You guys play that song, I call you Jesus, I call you Savior.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, I forget what it's called.
I don't know.
Something about a name.
Call your name every
He's-
time I call your name, or I can't remember. I never know what songs are called. Anyway, one of my favorite things about that song is the moment when the guitar just is playing like octaves chords and the things drop out, and you can play it dry. Because it's the only time I notice I have delay and reverb on. It's when I turn it all off. And we go to that one song, and it's like, right?
Yeah.
And it's like the drums drop out, just the voice, and the guitar's doing that, and then the drums come in.
Yeah.
And it's the only time where I notice like how wet the guitar is. All the other times the guitar just sounds kind of normal.
I know.
And then boom, you cut it off, and it's like, whoa. And I think I even still have a light verb on during it or something, but it's very light, you know?
Yeah.
But it's like, whoa, dry rhythm guitar is like kind of cool in the right context.
Which is totally opposite from like the metal stuff, right?
Yeah.
Metal is like dry
You
as a
don't want
bone.
that, yeah.
You don't want any reverb or anything.
Yeah.
So it's been fun to kind of mess around with this. I think it sounds pretty good.
You're making me want to get out my quad cortex and maybe play that on. I think I'm playing on the 18th. I'm playing a midweek thing. We got a Lent service. They sent me a thing, Lent service. I texted back, "This is not a weekend. You've made a mistake."
Right.
They were like, "You're right. It's a Lent service on the weekend." I go, "What are we? I guess Lent is starting midweek. I don't really know how Lent works. It's 40 days before. Is that it? It's 40 days before Easter.
Yeah, that sounds right.
I thought though, but here's what's confusing me. I know how Lent works. Excuse me. What I'm saying, Easter is always on a Sunday. I thought Lent. I didn't realize Lent started, but I guess that makes sense. 40 days before. It always starts midweek then.
Like a Wednesday?
It always starts on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
I never noticed that. Anyway, Guitar Friends, episode 63. My, how far we've come. Here we go. John 2 is back in the Sunday morning crowd.
Serenading us with reverb.
This is a whole new side of you. I am enjoying it.
That's kind of interesting that you would say that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I remember playing with you, and it was always like I did the more ambient thing. You did like lots of chords.
Maybe you were so ambient he couldn't turn on any reverb.
Yeah, complimenting. Are you the only guitar player? Or what's happening in this band? Okay,
yeah,
so maybe you're needed to be more of like the leads or like the high stuff. Or
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think that I'm actually pretty difficult to play with,
Nice.
like because I don't typically like stick to. I get bored. I get bored playing like
the same thing over and over. Yeah.
Or like we're doing is it Jehovah?
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
It's
yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Do it again.
It's like I get really
Yeah.
bored playing that, and so
Yeah.
I end up playing. I like to play the full chord, but then kind of outline those things too.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Do you also play things differently every service? That's also like tough to play with. I do the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm guilty.
I know.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean,
know.
You're
And
improving, you're in the moment.
Yeah,
Sure.
so that it's like nothing against who I play with. I love all of the other players that I do end up playing with, but I prefer to play by myself because I don't have the pressure to like
Yeah.
play the same thing. That's really
in,
what it is.
yeah.
It's not even like, oh, I want to play what I want to play. It's just like it's better if you play the same thing.
Yeah, you're fitting in a larger
exactly.
picture. Yeah, kind of thing.
Yeah.
What are your drives, by the way? I was just
Oh, yeah.
curious.
One is Brit Blues,
Mm-hmm.
the Exotic, and the Vemural.
Oh, yeah, the Jan Ray guy.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
the Vemural one is the that's the one where it's this one. It's just all three of them.
Okay, they're all stacked.
Yeah. The actual, I know I'm off mic here, but the actual gain on these things is really low.
Yeah, real
and
low.
it's slamming the front of the amps really
Yeah,
hard.
Sure.
Which is, I think, if you're going to stack, pro tip, if you're going to stack a bunch of drive pedals, like maybe don't crank the gain on all of them. It's going to get unruly very quickly.
Yeah, especially if you have 10 of them.
Yeah.
All at once. I have found.
Well, that's the thing, right? Is that sometimes I do. Yeah. Especially a ton of them.
What I was going to say earlier,
Yeah,
Suze, is I should have said this last episode, but you don't have a pedal. You don't have a volume pedal.
It's in the bag.
Oh, you would use
It's
it.
the one
Yeah.
thing he didn't get out.
Yeah. I didn't want to be overkill.
Yeah.
You should get a volume pedal board. Just a small board, like
You're
just
right.
a riser that goes under the
You're
volume
right.
pedal.
And then you should have multiple
And then you'll have four
expressions.
boards. Expression
Yeah,
board.
I think, that's it. I should have a board
Expression
with
board.
4 volume pedals on it.
you go.
Like this one's sweep is a little bit like this, and this one's a little different.
Well, you can have one be the expression for something here, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
another be
Having a
the-
board with
and then a
2
volume,
expressions is not unheard of.
and then
But
no,
4
not
is
at all.
more me.
And then a wah, and then get a wah.
Yeah,
That's
so you
4
could have
pedals.
one that's
For
a
sure.
wah.
Yeah, 5.
2 expressions, 1 volume, and a wah.
You could do like,
That's like a PT Junior.
You could do a pre-wah, a pre-drive wah, and a post-drive wah.
some people do
so that your sound doesn't get cleaner as you go down.
No, yeah, you can.
Some people do also where one of the pedals just fades in the delay trails, so you can like live mix how present your
like
delay trails are.
Everything
Right.
we're talking about though is way easier on a modeler.
Oh yeah.
I mean, good luck.
Well, I mean,
good luck with
literally
doing this.
all of this is
Yes,
way
I
easier.
mean, good luck. Because I mean, that's one thing about modelers. It's really easy to assign a parameter to be
Yeah,
expressed. I
totally.
mean, every parameter on every effect is assignable.
Yeah.
Pretty much on every modeler out of the box.
Yep.
Right.
I mean, most of the things in here, you'd have to have a MIDI thing. You need to go expression
to hit
into
No, I know that the
the
timeline will
MS3
do
and then
that, though.
MS3 into the.
The timeline
Yeah.
will do the
Oh, it has an expression.
Yeah.
But I was going to say he can do anything. Can't you do expression into the MS3? It'll send a MIDI command and
it's
then you
got,
can
like,
send it out to
control
something
out.
else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
gosh. That
So
sounds,
you can do it, but isn't that
sounds
great?
a-
I
that
know.
sounds
Doesn't that sound like a lot? On
Yeah.
the QC, you just highlight it. and you're like, boom,
Right. Push
Yeah.
a button.
boom. There's
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what the first block is, just a gain block. That's how this is
So
controlled.
that volume pedal could be like a wah on a different,
Oh, yeah. It's just assigned to a
preset.
gain block.
Yeah, okay.
I could make this a wah, but
Could you do it within the same preset? Just like turn off the game block and go to a wah or
100%. Yeah.
something? Okay. That's cool.
Computers, man. They're pretty
computers.
cool.
You don't want to have your volume pedal down when you make that change, though, because you got to have it back up, right? It gets stuck. Wouldn't it be stuck down?
No, I think you would just defeat the gain block altogether.
Oh,
and
I want to
bypass
just
it.
interject for a second.
Yeah.
I think the solution would just be get 2 pedals.
Yeah.
And if you
Yeah,
feel
have-
like that's
yeah.
too much real estate, I would remind you to look down at your feet.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Well, you're the one that
Why
said
not
5
just-
pedals.
Why
on
not
it.
just get 2? Well, I'm just saying, make one a volume, make one an expression, and then you've always
Right.
got both, right?
Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
Yeah.
No room on your board, though, John.
I know, no more room.
You can float it outside, though.
You guys, I literally was like, what is the smallest board I can get? I got out a measuring tape,
Yeah.
and it seems so silly to get a board for this.
For the Metro 16.
But
yeah,
I
but
just
it's nice
didn't-
having it all.
I just didn't want to deal with the.
You just plop it down and play.
I just
Yeah.
pull. I have 2 expression pedals that travel with me. I only usually pull out one. I just pull it out, plop it next to the Kemper stage,
Yeah.
run the cable, and
Yeah.
it's good. No, that's you know what you're making me want to dial something in for the Quad Cortex, and
Can we go through the 9 stages of you sharing that preset with me? We become friends. You have to send it. I have to download it on my phone. I have to go to the QC. I have to also download it there. I have to put it on
Oh,
the
I
thing.
know. I know. I could send
Well,
this to you, but getting it from my Quad Cortex to yours
Is
not
insanity.
It's not simple.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not
I
like-
actually think we could do it all like on my phone right here because you're logged into an account that I can log into on my phone, and then I can just send it right
yeah,
to Sue.
yeah.
So
we could do it.
that way we could do it right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guitar joke of the week. Let's see. What's the difference between? We've done that one. Here we go. This is a
I
good
feel
one
like
actually.
we're gonna hit that a lot.
What's the difference between a lead guitarist and a terrorist?
Oh no. Something.
Killing people with tone, with
Yes.
like scales. Something about scales.
Ooh.
You can negotiate with a terrorist.
That doesn't land.
What's the difference between a Fender and a Gretsch?
Ooh.
Something about a car, maybe like a fender on a car. You can hit a fender bender.
The Gretsch burns longer.
Does it?
I don't know. We're 0 for 2, I think.
I mean,
Yeah.
come on, Grok. I try to go for the more rare ones, and
Why
it's
does it
really,
burn longer?
I don't know. Okay, what do you call a guitarist in a 3-piece suit? What do you say to a guitarist in a 3-piece suit?
Something about being a waiter. Like I'll take more.
It's something about get out of this building or something.
Will the defendant please rise?
Oh gosh, yeah, yeah. That's
Okay,
Yeah.
I just pulled up a couple more that I have not screened ahead of time, so I have no idea. A fingerstyle guitarist wins $15 million in the lottery. Reporter asks, "What are you going to do now?" He replies, "I'll keep gigging until the money runs out." That's not really a joke. That's
a lot of money.
It's just a sad state of affairs, really. What's the difference
I don't
between
know. I don't know that Grok fully understands how $15 million would work.
Yeah,
but
it
that
doesn't
would be
matter
a
if
lot.
he makes
Right.
no
It's-
money as a
it's-
guitarist.
That's like 150 years of a very good salary.
Yeah, I think they're saying gigging. I think it's like gigging. You lose a lot of money being a guitar player trying to make a living.
get the joke,
You
yeah.
lose a ton of money.
But do you get it though?
Like they say, what's the fastest way to make $10 million? And the answer is start with 20 million and buy crypto or something. Right?
Sure.
It's like a joke like that. What's the difference between a vacuum cleaner and a bad guitarist?
Oh, suck.
Oh, something about sucking.
Yeah,
Yeah, there you go.
you don't.
Yeah, when you unplug the vacuum cleaner, it stops sucking.
Okay, best one yet.
That's the winner.
Best one yet.
That's a good one.
It's a low bar.
That's a good.
It stops sucking.
How many blues guitarists does it take to screw in a light bulb?
Blues guitarist? Is it 12?
Oh,
12-bar blues.
Oh, gotcha.
Good. That's a good
They're all
guess.
playing over each other.
That's a really good guess. The answer, this is a variation of a joke we've done before. 5, 1 to screw it in, and 4 to say, I could do that, but with more soul.
Okay,
That's
I do like
actually
that
really
one
good for the
too.
blues
Yeah.
guys. That's really good.
Yeah, we're getting back to the good ones.
Yeah.
I said a joke last night at rehearsal that no one had ever heard. I feel like you guys
you
will
get
get
them?
it. Well, I mean,
was
it's
it?
just like
They laugh.
it's not a joke, but we're talking about that there aren't too many drummers at our church, and I was like, well, me, like most guitar players, I'm an aspiring drummer. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And one of the singers said, "Is that a thing?" I said, "Oh yeah. All lead singers want to be guitar players. All guitar players want to be drummers, and all bass players just want love. But they won't find it."
No.
That is a really
That's the thing. Is that they'll never get it.
that is a common theme, isn't it? I do admire the drums, and since we put a drum set in there for Leo, I've been I go sit and I play.
Are you like jamming back
I
there?
play beats. I'm not very good.
Okay.
I have no instruction on the drums other than I've played with drummers for a long
When
time.
I
and
started playing drums more seriously, I asked Suze if I should get lessons, and his advice was, "I think you know how it should sound.
yeah.
Just
Like
make
you
it
have a good ear for
just
what
make
drums
it do that."
should do. Yeah.
Well, I think, you probably, though, have a ton of bad technique because no one taught you how to play the drums.
That's what I was.
Yeah. Like, you probably would sit down and the drum teacher would be like,
Don't do that.
yeah. I mean, realistically, he would probably be thinking, you're never going to correct any of this, right? Like,
That's the
it's
problem.
too weird.
Yeah, right.
It's not going
That's
to
what
happen,
he's there
right?
for.
Like,
Yeah.
too bad he didn't come in here when you're 9.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So, you know what I noticed is Leo has now played in some shows. He's played with his little band.
Oh, cool.
But a lot of his practice lately has been just snare work, and it's because the teacher's trying to get him to like get proper
Rudiments.
form on his whatever. He's saying something about his wrist and his arm, and he just
Man.
wants him to really get. So sometimes I'm like, go practice, and he's like on his little drum pad. I go, don't be lazy, go practice on there. He's like, my teacher said I have to do the drum pad. I'm like, okay, fine. And
I feel like drums more than any other, well, maybe not any other, but most other like band instruments, like bass and drums and guitar. It's like the rudiments are really, really, really important.
it's
They're
such
like
a-
they're something that you're using constantly throughout every song versus like, I could show you the major scale,
Yes.
but I don't really play the major scale. Do you know what I mean?
It would appear to me that drums, it's a fine line between playing something like being an amazing drummer and not being an amazing. Like you get, like I think there are drummers who are not as good who can play things right, but it's also a binary, and it's like, did I get someone to bob their head or not? And yet the difference to make that happen or not, I think, is very subtle, very nuanced.
Yeah.
I mean, if you just want like an example of that, there's several videos of Steve Jordan playing with John Mayer, and he starts playing the simplest beats before anyone else comes in. Before Pino Palladino comes in, they're doing the John Mayer trio stuff. They're recording Try and I think a live thing they did, and then I think it's after Continuum, so whatever after that, and he Heavier Things, and no, anyway, it's after Continuum, and I think he's on Continuum. He starts playing just a simple like groove before they come in on Vultures,
But
or
it
before,
lands.
and my God, it's just like the most like it's just
Hmm.
it's so like, I don't know, the groove is just so like deep,
Yeah.
but it's a simple thing. And when you hear someone do that, it's like, whoa, you hear that on guitar. Yeah, I think you hear that on any instrument, but
No, the
drums can't sound vocal. So it's interesting when it happens on drums.
Right.
Yeah.
No, it's the drums. The drums largely determine the feel of everything,
Yeah.
and
Also, whenever I have a problem, I just ask the drummer. I go, "Where do we come in? What beat?"
Oh, like they know.
And they just go, "It's on this," and I go, "Okay." And then I think as I count through it, I go like, "Okay," and then I'm like, "Okay, I got it." But I don't go ask the bass player, even when he's the MD.
They never know.
never
They're just doing their own thing over there.
Actually, I'll tell you, our MD does know. He always is on it. He's a great bass player, and he knows you ask him, what's the thing? He's like, we push on this, and then we go here, and it's different than this, and it's different than that. He's always got everything, and then I don't know if you guys experience this. Okay, are we going to do the hot take of the week? Because we might as well.
I
get
think
it,
it might
'cause
be time.
Now I have a good one. Yeah, hot take of the week. Women
New
really
segment.
shouldn't be voting. Could we just? No, kidding. Not a hot take.
Oh wow.
Gracious. Freaking lava
I'm
take.
joking. I'm joking. They should be voting.
Hot take, not lava burn your house down take.
Yeah. Just normal.
They
hot.
should be voting. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
They should just vote the way their husbands tell them. I'm kidding.
He does it.
I'm only doing this because I believe one woman will be listening to this podcast, because I asked a friend whose wife listened to the podcast to listen to the podcast, tell me what they liked and didn't like. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Someone commented on one of our podcasts.
Well, that was
recently.
Nick. That's a different. I was thinking that for a second too. Yes, Nick did say.
Oh, I liked the opening song, but nothing else. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
my wife
Yeah.
listened
His
to the
wife
whole
was on Jenny
thing
podcast.
with me, said she wouldn't listen again. I was like,
I agree.
she listened to
Yeah.
the whole thing.
I know.
It's
I
a
hard to
big
do.
buy-in.
I'm in the podcast. My
No,
wife
I
wouldn't
don't-
listen to more than
no.
30 seconds of this.
No, my wife. No,
100%.
I don't think she knows.
So
we do
hats
this.
off to your wife. I think she loves you a lot to sit
think
through
so.
an hour and 10 minutes of us rambling about whatever. All right,
So-
what is your hot take?
Okay, my real hot take is, in the same way that Instagram influencers have this way of talking and the way they review food is not at all how an actual person enjoys food. It's always over the top and too much. I've noticed this trend on Instagram of these MDs, and they are talking into the mic. They're saying things. They're directing the band. And I got to tell you, I can think of some names right now. If you MD'd like that around me, I'd leave the church. I cannot stand, and sometimes I'm thinking these people, hey dude, there's no way on earth you could think this is a good job. You are talking so much over a vocalist. Do you not understand that the human brain is going to have a
Right.
hard time with two people vocalizing, especially when you're on this hot mic that's like clipping. It's
Yeah.
like, wait, you know what I mean? Like you're not something I can control. And then you're yelling because you're getting excited. To the four, to the four, to the four. It's like, we know the song. You're not calling a change. You're kind of reminding us it's nice to go 6 when you're maybe you're repeating a chorus, right? Usually the chorus starts on a 1, often a reprise will maybe go to a
back up to the
4 or a 6 or whatever, right? So that it doesn't resolve. It's nice to have that little reminder, right? 6, or someone starts, maybe there's a little pad, and then someone starts vocalizing something. They start praying, they start preaching, and it's nice to have the MD go ahead and start the track, or or hold off, because maybe he saw a signal, like
Right.
maybe somebody's now walking on the stage, they didn't know, impromptu, you know what I mean, or
Yeah.
so something's happening, right?
direction,
There's direction. That's why he's the director.
Yeah.
What I don't need and what no one should have is this crazy man yelling because he's excited.
Right.
And this is what I see, this over direction, as though you're actually telling the band what to play next. Now, I have seen some spots where they start improvising and
Yes.
they're playing, and then he's actually directing the band to go places. But dude, I can tell when you're on the 4th chorus of Good Good Father and you're yelling out dynamic stuff, and it's like, there is nothing for you, there's no information that you are presenting this band right now. Please get out of my ear. And if you do that, I'm muting you, because I'm not insane, and I'm trying to listen to the music and play, and then you're going to be muted, and now I'm not going to hear your direction. So like, the MD mic is such an easy thing to abuse. You have to have, dare I say, a pastor's heart to like handle that type of power with care, because the line between, and I'm just watching these Instagram people going, you're filming. Okay. Because if I showed up at a place and the MD is overusing the mic and he's got a GoPro in the corner filming him, I'm going, well, I think I know this story.
Right.
I think I've seen how this ends. Right. And,
So,
it
all right.
ends with 2,400 likes on Instagram.
Right.
and me
We've all
not being
seen it.
able to hear like anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's just me. I know different places have different cultures. I appreciate a reserved MD who does not overly yell into that mic. And I appreciate sometimes that, like, I've played with MDs who give almost no direction except like general direction to the whole thing, like maybe something's changing or maybe whatever. But I welcome a little bit of like just acoustic guitar, or just keys, because sometimes that can help. Like, especially if someone's maybe we're a little off the track, maybe the track has ended, and maybe they're prompting for another chord. It can actually be very dynamic to have everything drop out except for just the piano after you've had this whole band, right? And that's not always immediately obvious to every player, because I think when we're playing live, we tend to be hyper focused on our instruments. Our instruments tend to be the loudest in our ears, so that is like a production decision. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that can be helpful to like get some perspective on the whole band, or sometimes you'll get a little note like, guitar, give a little pad here, give a little space, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, okay, sure.
So I don't think
I don't
your
have to,
take
but
is
I
all
can.
that hot. I agree
Maybe
with
that's
you.
true.
But
Especially compared to the voting one.
I started out with that one, John.
Maybe that
we
that
had
one-
to cool it down.
it's set an
that one was like
expectation.
that one was like a meteor
Yeah.
coming in. No,
I don't feel that
I
way,
agree
by
with
the way,
you.
but okay.
I agree with you. So my experience with MDs calling out live things is actually new. When we used to play together at Fellowship, that thing was like, we started the track. We could have had the whole service on like one button most of the time.
And did, yeah.
Very.
It is to what you're saying. It is a newer trend.
It's a newer trend.
I'm sure it has
So,
existed
like,
at some
when
level,
I
but it's
used to-
definitely hot right
when
now.
I used to run the queues at Fellowship, we did. It was like start the track. I just hit one button to start the track, and then that was it. There was
played.
no
That was it.
live need for an MD.
Yeah.
And so this, but so recently I played a worship night, and we played, I don't know, 12 songs.
Yes.
10 or 11, 12 songs. We only rehearsed 8 of them.
Right.
Right. And I said, and it was the bass player who was MDing that night. And I said, dude, you kept this thing on the rails. Like, we never would have been able to do this without you. Right. Because he was live calling out things, but it was, and yeah, I mean, there was times like in the middle, he was getting excited and it was,
Sure.
louder, but it was like, we needed that. And
Yeah.
so, gosh, is it needed all the time? No. And then I had another guy who I played with recently who was MDing, and he's like, he asked us, he said, what do you guys, if we're playing something the same way that we've rehearsed it now 3 times before service, do you need me to call this out? And we're all like, no. He's like, okay, cool. So it's like, that was like
good.
a good, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? It's like, we don't need to call out everything if we're just doing it the same way we already did it. And everyone's also like, most people are looking at music too.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, I try to like be prepared enough to not need the music.
I just think it's such a fine line between helpful and
The Instagram thing though, it's one of those things. I love your comment. The best comment is like, if I look over it and that guy's got a GoPro also.
yeah, because on Instagram you're watching, they're filming themselves too,
I
and
know
so
where
I'm
this
sort
is.
of like,
Yeah.
I'm sort of like,
Like,
okay,
I know why
don't
you're
know.
doing
Yeah,
this
it's
now.
like- now sometimes I've seen it, and it is actually, you see that, like I saw one. It wasn't the Elevation guy. It was some other famous preacher, and the keys player starts like playing something, and he can tell that the guy is gonna start talking, and like that his preaching is gonna get more emphatic, and he anticipates that we're gonna go back into the song. We didn't practice this, and so he's like starting to tell the band to start playing, and he's giving them progressions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's calling it out, and then because he knows they're going to go back into a chorus, he
Right.
wants to like build them up, but not be on the chorus progression.
Right.
And there's stuff like that that's good, but man, I've seen people just yell, "Go to the 4, go to the 4, 4, 4, 5, 5, 5," and it's like I can't play. There's a song happening.
That's so stressful.
You're yelling over a song. It's
Yeah.
it's like a child in the back seat yelling
And your-
over a radio playing
Your
or something.
point
It's-
too about like the poor vocalists. There's no way
Dude,
that
they
they
can't-
can
that
like
guy
keep
can't be in
singing.
there.
Yeah, the focus.
You know.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
And so then the only result is that you just turn them off or like way down, and so now it's like, a little dabble do you sometimes.
a little
folks.
bit goes a long way. Suze, what do you think?
Like what effects?
What effects?
No, more is better with what effects.
Suze, what do you
Yeah.
think? Should
Yeah.
MDs shut the hell up? No, I was kidding.
That's the hot.
That's the hot take.
Yeah,
MD
yeah.
should-
We're back to lava. No, I mean I agree with both what you guys are saying. I think the best thing I heard you say was fit the culture. Like you said, there's different cultures.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
Right.
So if, and the culture is not always set by the guitar player, so like
Sure.
whatever the worship leader needs or whatever, that's what I have found over the years. Like I AMD'd a lot differently at Fellowship than I did at Willowbrook, that I do at the Bridge. Like
Right.
and I just met with a younger MD that was wanted to, pick my brain on some stuff and tell me about your experience, like whatever. So I sat down, and that was like the first thing. I was like, just make sure that you're doing what you're asked to do, like that the target to hit and how to help the band, how to help the worship leaders the best. If you're not sure about that, you're gonna be guessing and missing the mark and probably bothering people, So I always have to. I ask a lot of questions too. Like that's a great question of like, do you need me to call this?
Right.
I ask the worship leaders a lot. Hey, am I stepping on your toes? Like, do you want me to do more or less? He's like, no, you're doing great. It's like, okay, cool. A lot of the band guys will come. Hey, thanks for calling all those changes, even though I'm the third service. Like,
Sure.
so almost contrary to what you were saying, they would say, hey, we need those. Okay, cool. That's just
there's
like real time
There's
feedback.
time to call stuff. I
Yeah.
can't think of I can't think of the name. There is a particular song that after the bridge, there's a chorus, and there's one extra measure that it holds out before the verse comes back in.
Yeah.
And it only does it one time. And it's one of these, man, I don't know. Thank you, Jesus, for the blood applied. It's one of these songs that's like kind of newer. Every time the MD says, one extra measure, 1, 2, 3, vocalist in. Every time he does it, and I go, right, good. Because it's the one spot where they can get tripped up.
It's crucial to the song. Yeah, you got to.
We don't need him to count in the first chorus. It's obviously coming. You know what I mean? Or 5, 5, 5. Go to the 5.
Yeah.
You're
I'm
right,
with
Susie.
you.
You got to match the culture.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah,
You got to match the
I
culture.
think about if I'm MDing.
5, 5,
5, 5,
Yeah.
6, 6. Go to the 5.
I have
Go to
seen.
the 4.
I've seen the videos you're talking about too.
Yeah.
And I think I would never.
It's like
MD
he's playing
that.
Battleship. 4A,
Yeah.
F4,
Right.
F. I sunk your battleship.
Yeah.
Solo.
I sunk your battle. Yeah.
I sunk your battleship back in the bridge. It's a crazy thing to be
Right.
doing. And
Yeah.
somewhere, I've thought about this too. Somewhere there's a church small enough where you could hear a crazy man yelling on the stage. And so there must be someone who's in the front row like, what is going on?
is
That
Right.
guy's
Because here's
yelling.
I'm sure you guys have gotten this question. People ask, "What are you guys listening to?" I see everyone has these ear
Yeah.
things.
What's in there?
What are you guys hearing?
Mine's usually the Joe Rogan podcast. While the service is going
But
on.
what about the vocalist?
I'm usually listening to.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
It's either that or some wrestling.
Before I was saved,
podcast.
it was NPR.
Yeah,
So
there you go.
no.
So, but it's like it's one of those things where it's like I think people are shocked to see or shocked to hear what we're actually listening to, because even the idea of like a click is like so foreign to people that
Yeah.
we would actually want that,
Yeah.
And then if we showed like normal people or people who don't play this kind of stuff, that MD thing, they'd be
yeah.
like, that's insane.
The woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the other reason that I don't like some of these MDs talking, because it's already like I got the vocalist and Becky in my ear already. We call her Becky. I don't know what other people call her. But
Oh, the Q's girl.
yeah, the Q's girl from Multitracks.
Oh, Becky.
Because we already got her in there,
Right.
And people love her. I always find the vocalists love her because vocalists they're not counting anything. Vocalists are no, they're not counting anything. They're just it's all feel. It's all I've sung along to this song in my car 300 times.
Right.
And also, here's another hot take. When are vocalists
Double
going to
hot take.
Yeah.
when are vocalists just going to learn how to use their in-ear monitor system and adjust it themselves without issue?
Is that a problem for you?
Yes, there are. It's only vocalists who do this.
We don't have this.
You don't
problem.
have that?
I don't feel like a lot, but
No, I don't know.
Maybe I've seen it. Yeah.
You've seen it.
Where they don't know what to do. Like, how do I make a mix?
Well, they always go like this. It just sounds really like it just sounds really. Can you guys hear okay? Or this is a classic one. I'm turning it louder and it's not getting louder, right? And then it's
That I have
always
heard.
and then it's always like you're in the Amazon app. It's always something incredibly
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Show me what you were turning
right?
up.
Where it's
Yeah.
like, show me what you're doing, and then it's like, and I'm always sitting here going, you'd think after 3 years you would know how to turn
Right.
something up, but it's always something like super not at all.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, that's actually the click. You're
Right.
raising the click. Sometimes now that we have this clang system, I don't know if you guys have.
That's what we
Used
have.
it, yeah.
Okay, that is notorious for this, where I always, whenever there's a problem, I just go, "Can I see your phone?" And I always go, "Oh, right, you clicked on someone else's pack, which means you're now dragging everyone else down too."
Yeah, they can't hear either. Yeah,
You're not only disrupting this practice, but somebody else during that song just went deaf because the fourth harmony was just blasted to infinity.
I just recently learned all of the functions
gosh.
in the Clang system and how it's like you can do spatial stuff and
Yeah.
And I leaned over and said to someone else, I'm like, this is way too complicated for most people.
It is.
Like, why did we give people this many tools?
Yeah.
They just need like the one thing that's like, make everything else the same and me a little bit louder.
So
and
you
like,
can
that's really
you can
all need.
recall save stuff, and that's usually what I tell the vocalist to do. Is I go here. We've saved one called vocalist, and it's like, okay, it's like here's a piano and a
that's a good
guitar,
idea. That's
and
a
here's
good
the other
idea.
vocalist with you. I know that's what you want to hear. They want to hear there's a band, but they just want a melodic instrument, and they want to hear the other parts of the harmonies.
Yeah, yeah.
They usually are like, they're turning down guitar and everything. If they're leading
What?
a song,
They're
maybe
turning
they care.
down guitar?
Believe it or not, I've listened
even
to
when you play,
Their guitar doesn't sound like the Foo Fighters like mine does. Like their ears don't sound.
What's funny is
My ears sound like a Foo Fighters concert. That's what I want all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
Sometimes I like looking over because they're usually in front of us. There'll be several vocals in front of us, and I look over, and their mix is the opposite of mine. It's all the instruments are low and the vocals are super high,
Yeah.
and mine's the
Yours is,
opposite.
like, inverted.
I'm just
Yeah.
like, who's leading a song? You guys? It's all right. You all get to like 4. Like I want to hear where you are.
Yeah.
But I don't need to.
I'm actually even worse. I turn everyone but the leader off. I don't want to hear anyone else.
Well,
sing.
what do you do when multiple people are leading a song?
I suffer through. I
it's
look.
an instrumental song.
I look and see what they're doing. Yeah.
You guys
No,
ever
I-
take an ear out, or you leave them both in?
I don't do that anymore.
That's bad for your brain.
It's really
too.
bad for you. That's why I don't do it anymore.
Yeah.
Because usually
You
afterwards
do that a
I
lot?
can.
I do it less and less.
Yeah. Usually afterwards I can hear that one of my ears is like a little ringy because I started turning it up.
Yeah.
And then I realized like, oh, I was just,
Yeah. Here's another thing. Ambience, no ambience. Like room mics. Do you guys have room
very
mics?
little or none.
Ooh, I don't think we do. We have those.
We have room mics, very little or none.
I hate,
That's the other
I
thing.
hate that.
I walk over to the vocalist
You hate
thing.
having?
I want it off.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. I walk
I want
up.
to feel like I'm in an ISO booth.
Yeah. They go, why does it sound so verby? I go, is your reverb up? Is the effect thing up on
yeah.
the things? They're like, yes, it's all the way down. And then I go look and I'm like, right, you have the room mics like to 10. It sounds like a can.
Yeah.
It sounds like a tin can. This is it's like, yeah.
It sounds so echoey. I've
It
got
sounds so
that a lot.
echoey.
Yeah.
I will tell you the greatest thing on Clang though, the greatest feature, and I tell the vocalists all the time. A lot of the vocalists will say this. I still can't hear myself, but I'm like up all the way, and I always go, just keep hitting up. Because Clang has the feature when you put something on
Turn
10,
everything else down.
when you keep hitting up,
yeah.
it just brings everything else
Adjust.
slightly down more.
That's actually one of the
That's smart.
smartest features
Best
that they made.
feature.
Yeah. Yeah.
Best feature.
The reason I don't like hearing, there was a couple weeks ago, I stepped on my cable for my ears and unplugged it halfway through one song.
Oh, you're hardwired in.
Yeah. Yeah. So I stepped on the cable. So halfway through, I had no ears
No ears at
whatsoever.
all,
And then you're essentially wearing earplugs. So I also couldn't hear anything.
Yeah.
Right. So I did take both of them out because that was faster than trying to plug
Yeah.
everything back in. And it's the slap back, like reverb.
Yeah, you're behind you're behind the mains.
Because you're behind the mains, so you're not hearing it until it bounces off the back and then back to you.
Yeah.
So that's why I could never actually listen to
The sound-
like
yeah.
loud monitor
One's
and then
direct.
one.
And one's
Yeah.
not. Yeah.
You would that would
We did I was at a church for a while that opened a second location, and the second location was like in a gymnasium, like a gymnasium, you know, with the stage and they did bingo and stuff. And that slapback was the worst I ever
huge.
experienced in a
Yeah,
place.
I'm
It was
sure.
you had to completely like
Yeah.
that was crazy. So roughly they will say up close. I think it changes as you get further out, like because it's not. This is what I'm trying to say. 1 foot is about equal to 1 millisecond. So when you're 7 feet back, you're introducing 7 milliseconds of basically latency.
okay.
So think about how long that slapback is.
Yeah.
If you've got the mains, you got the mains in front of you, so you're getting no direct.
Right.
It's got to go there and then come back.
Yeah, all the way to the back of the room.
And so sometimes you're in those rooms and it's
like 200 milliseconds.
yeah, this is enough where
It's
like
like playing on these monitors.
yeah. But like you have to play, it's such a strange thing because you have to play so far ahead of the beat. You're not ahead of the beat. You're actually on another beat. You're
Exactly.
Like, you start to get like late to the of 4 or something. It's like you got to be.
It's like a subdivision away.
Yeah. You're
Well,
and you
sometimes-
can't do that. You can't do that. If you haven't, you could maybe do that if you've practiced and got used to it. You can't do that on the fly. It's so unnatural.
Yeah. And sometimes I've noticed too, like singers will be like that far behind because they're really only listening to the room.
Yeah.
And so they're
Right.
like, they're responding to a delayed, thing. Anyway.
Vocalists are funny. They're funny creatures. They just practice in their car and don't count. And
How often do you sing and play at the same time now?
almost never.
Almost never.
Pretty much never.
What about you?
Never.
I pretty much I gave up my singing career when I moved here. I led a couple times the first few years, but
I've been thinking about trying to get back into it.
yeah,
Can you also play drums at your church? I would go
sing
on
and
a
play
Sunday.
drums. Dude, there's a lady on
Lead-
Instagram.
Lead from the drums.
Dude,
That would be hard.
there's a lady on Instagram. She kills it in her little church.
Really?
She sing. There's a dude too, but there's this woman who just sings crazy and the stuff she's playing on drums is crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then there's a young dude who does all like the Bethel and elevation stuff and does it right there. And
while singing,
dude, and it's beautiful. And,
Singing and
and he's
drums
in
would
the
be
front
hard.
row of the
Hard.
church.
That would
it's
be
like
hard.
two different parts of
Oh,
your
it's
brain.
Singing and bass is also very hard.
yeah.
I feel like guitar is the easiest thing to do while you're singing
Especially acoustic. Who cares about the
because
acoustic?
you're just like, it's basically a giant egg shaker.
Yeah, that's right.
That's really the only sound we're getting from it.
The
While
acoustic?
everyone else
it's
is playing.
when the band's in, it's a percussion instrument.
Yeah. All you're
It's a
hearing is
rhythmic
the
percussion instrument.
Yeah.
And when the band comes down, that's
Then
when
you
you want to
can
hear
hear
the
it.
tonality of it.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's right.
You know?
Yeah.
A little finger picking, you know?
Yep.
That
That was a good take.
Yeah, I thought
liked
that was
it.
a good take.
That was a couple takes.
Yeah, there was a few
Yeah,
takes
there's
in
like,
there.
They were
We'll
hot.
we'll come up with more. That'll be the
Yeah, that's a new reoccurring thing on the
new
show here
segment?
is the...
new segment.
Okay, on to another subject, which this actually might not land, so...
Have a backup ready.
So it so this might be it.
Yeah.
What time is it? How long till lunch? What we did? You had a hot take, no? Or that was the?
No, I don't really have a hot take.
Maybe we should just make fun of singers for a couple more minutes.
We could do that.
That's true.
I will
Do
tell you.
you guys
I'll tell
ever
you a funny.
get-
I'll tell you a
Go
funny
ahead,
story
please,
about
please,
singers.
please. Yeah,
Speaking of
maybe this should be a recurring show.
maybe yeah.
John 2's funny story.
So
Shit, the singers tried to pull this weekend.
So one time a number of years ago, my mom, she was like, "I'm going to sing at my church," and so I was like, "Great!" She used to sing all the time. I was like, "Mom, that's so awesome." And then afterward, I was like, "How'd it go?" And she's like, "How do you guys do these ear monitors?" She's like, I hated it, and
was
she
new
never
for her.
she never went
She
back.
never
She
did
never
again.
volunteered again. 'cause
That was
she-
enough to quit the
She
team.
hated it
Yeah.
so much. And I'm like, well, what headphones did you use? She's like, my Apple AirPods. I was like, oh man, you were set up for failure.
I
Yeah,
did that one
it's
time
never
when
gonna
I
work.
didn't have. I had taken my monitors out of the bag, and I had no monitors, and I knew that I had Apple headphones in my car. And I was like, oh, shoot. And I couldn't get back home and get it. You know what I mean? So I just grabbed them and did it. And I figured the most professional thing to do was like just suffer through the bad headphones, then be like, hey, I'm going to be late. I got to go home. You know what I mean? Like,
Right. Or ask your wife to bring them
especially
when she
because a
comes to
vocalist
church.
would have been like, I use those all the time.
that explains so much. Now I know.
No wonder you're always complaining
Yeah.
you can't hear anything.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
You have no seal at all. I mean, it's like very tinny.
Yeah. Right. No bass.
You know what really helped our team, like night and day difference? We went through a period of time where we had no worship leader, pastor. The person who was there started doing more production, and then they ended up leaving. And nobody slept with anybody or cheated on their wife or anything. I always like to say that because
Always good news.
people always think that happened. But anyway, he left, and so we had a bunch of people on the team that were just, we had like a guy who was like kind of MDing. We had a really like pretty strong team, but we also had 3 women who could like lead a whole service, right? But they weren't instrumentalists. So we were in this weird spot where it was like, okay, we used to have a worship leader that was on staff doing everything. And now we could kind of transition to, we've got a vocalist and an MD. And that's the other way places operate, right? I tend to know, bigger places that maybe like you've experienced, Suze, right? Places with maybe bigger buildings, more locations, more whatever. There's a lot of admin stuff. There's a lot of like director stuff. And then you've got like a big rotation. So like someone to be the director or kind of like put all the, like be responsible for the charting and all that stuff makes a lot of sense. But in smaller churches, they tend to just hire one guy with an acoustic guitar. And if he sucks, you know, you hope you double in size so you get someone better. But usually takes a while. But anyway, it's like everything falls on that guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like everybody else, right? So we were kind of going from that. It was like smaller church. The church was growing, and we had this guy. And this is Nashville, so everyone's pretty talented. The guy, you know, makes record on the side. It's Chris, by the way. You guys know Chris.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's Chris, and we had another guy before Chris, and you know. So anyway, Chris is, you know, he's leading worship on the weekends, writing music, you know, he's going and doing conferences, right? Talented guy. But we were making this transition to, okay, now we've got someone who like picks the music schedules and kind of is cueing the band. And then we have, but he wasn't a super strong vocalist. He could sing, but you know, he's not putting together 4-part harmonies, you know?
Right.
But then we had these other people who, most of them had like corporate jobs. They weren't going to start working at the church, but they could do the job. They could do that. What changed, and like I mean night and day, was when we split our practice so that they said, hey, everybody get here half hour earlier. First of all, they tried to start doing, I think I talked about this at one point. Somebody floated the idea of a weekly, like a midweek practice. I mean, I just about lost my salvation.
Hot take.
That's what we have. We have like a Thursday night rehearsal.
Oh, do you?
I got a little friendly rebuke from some people because I made the mistake of pointing out that everyone on this team would, like half the people could not make a midweek thing, you know, for all sorts of reasons, right? But my take was, hey, listen, if I'm committed to being here at 6 a.m., I don't care if you tell me 4 a.m. You got my whole Sunday morning. I know I'm here till like lunch, right? I'll do whatever you want. I don't mind if you want me here at 6 as opposed to 7. But getting here on a Thursday night, now culturally, I know some people really enjoy that. I even hang out with some guys who they love their midweek rehearsal. They do a full hour and a half, 2-hour playthrough of all the songs. Then they sit down for a half-hour, 45-minute Bible study. If it goes long enough, they go to happy hour at a place that has pizza at night. I love everybody I serve with.
Do you like pizza?
That sounds fun.
I don't know. I'm going to be the odd man out here. I probably don't want to hang out with anybody that long on a Wednesday night or a Thursday night. I also don't want to leave my house on any of those nights. Just my take. I got to wake up in the morning and bring my kids to school. I have to prioritize. Like, I got 3 kids. I feel like I have a job. I just feel like I can't give you an ask of a week, another night of the week out of the house when I'm already going to be gone Sunday, so I'm not with my family that morning, is like just too big an ask for me. I'm not down for a week.
That's fair.
And my take is this: if you do it, I'm going to do it sometimes. I'm just going to play less because you're asking like more hours, harder for me to get out on Thursday. I don't know.
I was reminded when I started playing again, and you know, our call time I think is like 7. And so it's like, you got to wake up early.
Yeah.
And then I don't think we're done, packed up. I'm like in the car at like 12:30.
Yeah.
And I was like, gosh.
It's an all morning thing. Yeah.
It's like a full work day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like.
In tech, yeah. That's I mean, you know, in programming, John, that's like a double day.
But I normally sit down all day.
Yeah, a full week of work?
A week?
But here's the thing that
Chill.
changed it for us. When we split the front 30 minutes of our practice and we told the vocalist, go over here, work out your parts, practice it.
Yeah.
Band, we'll just drill a song, no vocals. It
helps.
changed it so much because then we stopped having all of these people go, what harmony are you doing on that?
Right.
What harmony are you doing? What are you doing on here? You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And I'm like, hey, I know that needs to happen.
Yeah.
It's just
It can.
we got 5 songs to get through before
Yeah.
we got to
Yeah.
be done. And
No, that can
you know?
start to feel like we're just here in service of accompanying the vocalist.
Yeah, and you
know what I mean?
And you combine that with the monitor issues, and it starts to feel like,
Yeah.
all right, guys, we got to practice. Like, can
And
we run a
also-
song, please?
I mean, and this is, again, nothing against vocalists really, but it's like, look at all of this gear. We're obsessed with this stuff, right? We are obsessed with this. We come and we've been practicing and we've been tweaking our, reverbs just the way we want them for each song. And we've been like nailing, we're like researching YouTube to, is there someone who can tell me how to play exactly this part?
We're starting podcasts, John.
Yeah, we've been
Junkies.
we've been doing this for weeks, and then it feels like some other people just kind of show up and just let it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. What songs are we playing?
Yeah, exactly. And so it's like, it starts to feel that way. So
It's such a good feeling to walk in. I hear the vocalist in the other room. It's like, hey, y'all. You go in there, like, grab a little coffee, and I get up there. I'm like, yeah. Everyone's trying to, their snare, floor tom. They're doing a little thing, right? And you're and then someone just goes, all right, you want to run song 1 from the top? And boom, we just like get in it. It's tight. There's no vocals, and that's what I love. Like,
That's
I'm kind
what
of
we really want.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm watching the MD, and
Sad.
he's just like, I'm not calling anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's like,
Yeah.
I just want to see. And then we just run this song perfectly. And I'm just like, oh, yeah. And you can hear everyone's effects. You know what I mean? Because all of a sudden the key, you know what I mean?
this is
You're
why
just,
I turn all the vocals off.
you're just playing, and then all of a sudden the keyboard did something. You start doubling him. And then and all of a sudden the bass player turns on a chorus. You're like, oh. And it's like, man, this is so much fun.
It's the most fun of the whole day until they come back. I think that's where we're landing.
Are we landing on instrumental worship would be the best?
No, because I love the
Wow.
songs,
Like Dream
man.
Theater. A worship band like Dream Theater.
That would be great.
That would be cool. But I'll tell you,
They do have a singer, by the way.
But they also rock.
They do. But my difference from you is I don't want to do the songs with no vocal. I love the songs. I love the vocals. Like, I love the vocals. Now, I don't need all the harmonies because I need some clarity. I want to hear what's going on.
Yeah.
So they might be a little audible, but they're not. They're like low, like the acoustic guitar. Like, I'm going to lose it when the band's in. But I want to hear the lead.
Yeah.
And I want to hear them like do a good job because I feel like I want the context of the whole song. I know that I'm already guitar centric in my listening. And so I'm going to be guitar centric in my playing, in my parts. You know what I mean? But like, I still want to hear the whole. I think for me, mostly,
I don't have that.
No?
But good for you.
I feel like if I don't hear the whole band as a context, I lose the ability to decide, not as a guitar player, but more as a listener, how rhythmic do I need to be? Because I personally will tend to be less rhythmic, more guitar-y stuff. But then when I listen back, I go, you know what that really needed at the biggest chorus? Just eighths.
Right.
Like, I really should just be right with them, especially when I'm the only guitar player and we get used to playing all the lead stuff. There's times where it's like the rhythm part is like impactful. We should just be driving this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just feel like I like to.
Yeah, I tend to listen to the keyboard or the tracks to make sure. We don't have tracks. We don't use tracks. We just have two keyboards.
Just clicking keys.
We have two.
Two keyboards.
We have two keyboards.
Wow.
So one guy basically playing piano,
Okay.
and then another guy doing
pads,
pads and
synths,
stuff.
yeah.
And so I try to like complement.
Do any of them stand and play keyboards across
No.
the thing from
Do
each
any
other?
of them have three things like all around them?
No.
Any
Like,
of them play double keyboards, like a double rack?
Is it like a keys world?
Oh my god.
Wait, I gotta say, some of those are ridiculous. None of them even have a double rack keyboard, like a second keyboard. That's lame. Bro.
That's how you look.
That's
cool.
lame.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks way
The
cooler.
pad guy has to have two.
We actually there used to be like a keyboard. I don't know if it's a Nord or something else. And then there was like an actual organ behind them, but we got rid of the actual organ. So
Wow.
they used to have kind of two, but
Yeah, the B3.
there's too much stuff on the stage. Anyway,
I need that double rack.
I try to just listen to what those people are doing and complement that. And then driving through the choruses is that's
If I'm a
kinda where
keyboard player in Nashville and I'm always playing the double rack. And I'll tell you why. If you aren't playing the double rack, there's no guarantee that you have not just plopped your hands on the keyboard and you just hit spacebar on the Mac. And everything you're playing isn't there. Yeah. We have a couple times, I've told this story, we didn't have a keyboard player for a weekend and we had it all on the tracks. And I was like, could we get anyone to sit there? Because it looks weird.
Oh, is this the one where you wanted to have the skeleton?
And then, yes, well, that was a different time. That was for Halloween.
Halloween, I
and I
remember that
said,
one.
if
The
we need
spotlight on the
volunteers.
skeleton.
Well, because they didn't change the lighting,
Yeah.
so the keyboard was lit with no one there.
No one there.
So I said, put the skeleton, and then you can say, we're looking for keyboard players if you want to volunteer. Anybody will do.
Wow.
And I told him, I said, listen, if you don't ask,
I would love to see
right?
it.
You don't you don't ask
it.
because you don't.
You have not, yeah.
You have not because you
You
ask
ask
not.
not, yeah.
And I said the reason we don't have more keyboard players because we haven't let people know we need keyboard players. You put a skeleton there.
That's a great way
You
to
put a
tell
little
them,
joke. Everyone will see.
Everyone
they need
will see.
help. Anybody will do.
They didn't do it though.
It happened 2 years in a row. Both Halloween weekends, and they didn't do it. And I said, do you remember last year? I told you. And I said, we're still in the same situation a year later.
Wow.
How much clearer do we have to make it?
Dude, plan it now. Plan it
it
now.
now.
Yeah,
Plan it now.
October, we're doing
Plant
this.
the seeds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Does your band have a hard time playing with no vocalists? Like sometimes we've experienced that where we split. They just go, I don't know where I am without a vocalist, and I'm
So-
like, really? Like
Yeah.
just play this. I have it in my head how the song goes, but I think they're cueing off the vocal so much. I didn't know.
Well, to me, that's a sign that to me that happens to me too when I get very familiar with songs. That then when they get scheduled, I pick up my guitar and I go, oh yeah, I remember I play this, and
Yeah.
I kind of am. There's a lot more recollection, and so maybe I know a song really well. Or something. I have experienced that. I start to get lost with no vocal. Maybe that's why I like hearing the vocals too. But that's a great time for the MD to use the microphone. You know, there's a time for him to
Now,
cue the
you
parts
really gotta lead.
and use the microphone. But I have seen that. Some people have a little harder time.
That would be
that
tough.
took me off guard. I was
That
like,
would
oh.
be tough though. Whenever I've had that, it's always like there's a leader still who's like part of the band.
Yeah,
So that would
like
be
trying to
difficult
sing
if
through.
it's just an
band
MD
jamming. Yeah.
and then no vocalist whatsoever.
Yeah, well,
I
that's
feel like that would be.
That's where it's like I think the MD, sing the first 3 words of the chorus so that
Yeah,
people
get
know
us
where you are.
started.
Like put in a couple
Right,
anchor
yeah.
points. But hey, if everyone's nailing it, it's nailing
to
it.
the 5, to the 5.
To the 5,
That's
to the
when you
5.
can yell the coveted
4,
phrase.
5, you sunk my battleship.
Wow.
Solo, build. Ah! It's just crazy.
Yeah,
I haven't
it
seen.
is.
Look, I'm
not on
Pentecostal, but not that
I'm
Pentecostal.
not on
Yeah.
Instagram. I haven't seen these videos. I kind of want to now. I want to see how much you're hamming it up.
I'll find you some,
No,
John.
some
They're
of them
insane.
Are. Have you watched the gospel ones, like the gospel band ones? They're like 4, 5, bom, bom, and they do all the
Yes,
hits.
those. But see,
Super
those.
fast,
It's like
yeah.
they're doing something I can't do. I
Yeah.
couldn't say it and do it as fast, and then they'll go 6, 3, 4, 5, 2, 8.
Go, go, go,
And then
go.
they'll do it, and they'll go bum, 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 and I'm like, how did they know the timing of these hits?
Yeah.
That's when it's amazing.
It's amazing.
I think what's happened is
Yeah.
too many people.
I've seen that and wanted to do it.
I can do that.
Too many
Yeah.
people, I'm just going to say it, at white churches who make 15% the median income in the town they moved to because they got the job far away. Now they're a professional musician. They make a little record on the side. Maybe they got some merch for it. You know
Sounds
what I'm
very
saying?
specific.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
And then they start going, oh, yeah, I play a little gospel because we played a couple elevation rhythm songs.
Right.
And then pretty soon they start consuming that content. They go, I can do that.
Could do that. Yeah.
And then pretty soon they're going, 4, 5, 6, Milton Bradley. Ah! It's just like, it doesn't make any sense, you know? And
Is that they make games? Is that
yeah, they make Battleship.
Battleship,
They make
okay.
Battleship. You see
I
the
was like,
time.
wait, where do I know that?
Ah!
Full circle.
Milton Bradley. Oh my god.
You know?
Wow.
Go directly. I was going to say, go directly to jail. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Ah!
All the games.
I'll trade you Park Place. This is what it becomes.
Yeah.
And it's like, you're not helping me. Shh. Quiet. I'm trying to. We're already at a very loud part of the song, and now you're just yelling in my ear.
That's so great.
Do you guys put all of your ships on the the borders, or do you kind of like
Or do
clump
you
them all
clump them
together?
all up in the
yeah,
middle?
or go center?
What's interesting about clumping them all up is sometimes they will put multiple shots on multiple ships, and
They don't
because
know where they are.
think they found the shape,
Yeah.
but what they've really found is 2 ships like next to
And
each
they get
other,
confused.
and then they're getting confused, going the wrong direction.
They have 6 in a row, but nothing got sunk. They're
Mm-hmm.
like, what is going on? Yeah.
Yeah.
I tend to do the corners.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people start in the middle and go out, but that'll get you sometimes.
The thing is, yes, that's good, but I feel like if I catch a guy in the corner, I'm going to try
all
every
the
corner.
other corners.
So
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean,
don't
it's a give and take.
You don't know
you
how they're
You
going to
don't know.
guess. That's the whole thing.
You don't.
Wow.
You don't know.
You really don't.
All right, Guitar Friends, episode 63. I think that was a good one.
I'm hungry.
And I'm hungry too.
Lunch.
Lunch. I'm sure we'll continue this. I think hot takes will be a good recurring segment.
I got to think of some. I don't really usually operate with hot takes, but I bet I could go there. Mm-hmm. I could start getting mad about stuff.
I can't wait to see what you come up with.
I'm going to need your help. You can maybe give me started on a few.
All right.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I have to come out of my chill guy persona a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta start. Well, you're MDing right now.
Yeah.
Every week, or is it most
Pretty
weeks?
much every week.
Pretty much every week.
You gotta
You
start.
should-
You gotta
you
start
should-
getting pissed off.
Yeah,
about
you should
stuff.
try getting.
I'm definitely going to try the
You should try
battleship
yelling.
thing. Is
Yeah,
4, 4, 5 sunk your battleship.
yeah,
A4, A4.
yeah. You should start doing
Calling
that.
out. Wow.
Yeah,
I'll try it.
I9,
I'll try
I9.
anything. Yeah.
yeah.
Just start throwing. Don't say anything, and start calling out battleship things. See if people are like, "Hey, what did you mean by J8?"
Yeah. You said E7.
You're like, well, "Did you want me to play an E?" Yeah. Did you want me to play an E?
Wow.
Was that an
Music
E
nerds.
major 7 or minor
Yeah.
7? Which one? Don't think.
Yeah. Just start yelling out like
We're
the
playing in B
like
flat.
the telephone number to the church.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean? And see
I'll try it.
if anyone
That's
gets
gonna
it.
be good.
All right, let us know how it goes. I've been HW.
I've been Seuss.
Oh, I'm still John too.